Definitely not the first person to. Did they change? Oh no, it's. Sorry, I've still got to. I've got to get used to the control schemes again. But yeah, I'm definitely not the first person to. To come and look at this new update. But at the same time, I haven't played this game for. I don't really know, to be honest. So we can just about max it out. Yeah, literally 40 points off. So I have literally no idea what any of these are. So this sounds like what was it called? Tesla coil? Yeah. It sounds a bit like a Tesla coil, but for normal health damage. Okay. Do you not explode? Okay. That sounds like it's just a piercing ballista for armor. That could be cool then. That sounds like it's gonna be a bit like the radar, but for shields. Okay. So as always, single path with the special mode enabled. Just because I think arguably is a better version of the game. It does make it harder, but who care? I'm gonna focus the new 3 towers, because I might as well. So I'm gonna get this just like in advance. Banditry is always nice. Gonna just decrease slow, because who gives a shit really? Of course, new one. Yeah. I think that's probably the best option there. Do we want to do it before 7? I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I really should have gotten you there first. Okay. Obviously banditry and... Oh, do we want to get Golden Forest in advance? Not really. I want to get it, I just don't know how many trees we're going to get. So that's kind of a bad spawn. That it splits so early. I think it's probably also time to, actually get something going on tower-wise. Because at least one of those is going to get through, right? No? But you saw how close that was. Against my bad judgment, not set up. Does it really matter? Yeah, I guess that's good. It's gonna help when we get to the haunted houses and shit, but I do kind of wish this game actually showed you what the fuck you were doing, because yeah, I don't know how big this is. I don't know if putting it there is going to be a mistake. That sounds like the best. Do we want to go for crit chance? Or mines? I'm going to take the option for crit chance. Don't need slow, really. So I'm going to get the first... Oh, okay. That's... I was expecting it to cover like this small area. So what do you do? Does this give a chance to get... God, that is really slow. I was not expecting that. Just banditry. I want to get this just for when we do get haunted houses coming in. I mean, it's not terrible. I just don't really think it belongs so far back. And then the cannon sounded like that might be a good place, because it can go like yeah, I think this is just too far back. It's the issue. So yeah, we definitely want Golden Forest. Okay. It does good damage, but I wish there was a way to sort of say like fire down this row only. I'm not sure if that would actually be any good. Yeah, all towers. Again, crit chance is always good. 5% health is nothing. I'm kind of looking to see which one's going to split first. I don't really understand what it's doing. You know, I thought it was going to be some No, they're about the same range. I was going to say, I mean, we might as well. Extra burn damage. I mean, we are going to get fucked if we are only using those, I was going to say 4 towers. Sorry, I probably should explain that. The more different towers deal damage to one enemy, the more gold it drops. So. I'm gonna take that and hope that we get grave, grave tiles soon. Shouldn't be that far off again, alright. I mean, they will probably be more interesting, using them with everything else is almost definitely the idea behind it, but I'm gonna max that out. Yeah, I think it's probably the best out of those options. I mean, I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say that the rate of fire is incredibly slow. Yeah, I think it's probably just the best option there. We don't need slow. Still no graves, which is fantastic. And this map is really, maybe it's going to fold back in on itself. I'm starting to think that maybe maybe expanding this one out, because that would probably be a decent place, and so would those. I was just trying to see if I could get, an early split here, and then, sunk cost fallacy and ended up going all the way out there. I don't think that's very good. because we're just gonna have a load of mines anyway, so. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Please, I just want... Yeah, that's actually really good. That's kind of fucked us, to be honest. That literally might just kill us. And we don't have any radars either. So... we might be alright, just. Okay. So that was a lot better than what I was thinking, to be honest. Golden Forest we do want now. I think we've not really seen many shielded shit yet, so I don't think there's much reason to beeline shielded stuff when, you know, just not had a reason to. Oh, finally get one and get 3. Well, I also hate that. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, Christ. Should we be focusing on especially shielded damage considering what's currently happening, rather than... Oh, Christ, I don't think that we knows at all. Yeah, maybe we want a bit of shield damage. Just a thought. So about +3. I think this is just a bad position, just in general, to be honest. Because it's actually going to hit both lanes. I also definitely wouldn't mind some better mana regen at this point. Do you actually use any? Yes. I want that just to mop up the occasional thing that gets through, but I think those are the best options. Nope. I was gonna say, I've not made this mistake here, have I? Well, you're +2, right? Yeah. Still not fantastic, but... maxed out? Yeah. Is this... I'm not sure if that graphic really works, to be honest. I'm just gonna have to do that. So that's Golden Forest maxed out. We just get rid of the final bit of slow. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So how much are these giving? 28 each. Repays itself in 4 rounds. Is not, you know, not the worst. I think part of the issue with doing this is that both of these, you know, these two, they can hit multiple things. This guy is single target, so yeah, maybe we get. I mean, would that ruin it if I got particle cannons as well? Actually, no, because you'd want more something like a poison sprayer. I mean, it's not dealing bad damage, but I think, to be perfectly honest, it might be a mana issue. So we're just gonna fix that real quick. Or attempt to. So I'm finally gonna expand that area out. And it's gonna look like it's gonna give us a load of ore, but it's gonna give us 4. 2, 4. Yeah, looks like it gave us a load, but realistically it didn't. Have we been ignoring armor too much? It's a question. Evidently, I mean, we've not been focusing it like we have shields. But I mean, clearly we've not just been ignoring it. I mean, mainly because I think the vampire one is definitely the most interesting. You know, out of the new towers. I think it's probably the best option there, really. Max poison, I guess. Okay, as long as this doesn't split, that's not gonna, no. Yeah, as long as this path doesn't split, then it should be alright. Are we alright? You know, I think maybe radar would be good. I'm actually going to move that there. Yeah. Because all the vampire towers are doing AoE, which isn't really going to help against large health stuff very much. And also just because of how early this path split. You know, if this had split like down here, then it would be just much better. But because it's split here, we kind of want like AoE stuff to cover this area. But at the same time, that kind of only leaves us this small path for, you know, dealing with what the AoE doesn't. So I am going to take the radar. I'm going to leave it on progress. I'm going to put it on most health. I do think you probably want a bit more armor damage, maybe. I have no idea what actually does what anymore, in terms of effects. So you do burn and poison, I think. I have no idea what drop does this. I don't like that. I don't like how the fucking radar missed as well. Doesn't help. Have those things been nerfed? Because they used to be really good. And now it's missing constantly. I've no idea if that's a good idea or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. That's not really gonna do anything. I guess Sorcerer is probably the only thing that will help us there. Vial consumption or... I think that's probably best. So you're now doing 34. Do we want to bother with that one as well? Not really. Probably should get more monuments. Is this maybe something that wants to go like right at the front? Like all the way here? Because I don't know if they still work outside of this range. I'm gonna go with it. It's gonna get decent coverage. I mean, I wish it had literally one more range. I mean, are we doing terribly? I mean, we're leaking shit, and it's not even halfway through yet. I don't know if it's just because I only have one, or if it has actually been nerfed. It doesn't sound like it's doing less shots. It just seems like it's less accurate, if that makes sense. But it might be because I always have like 5 of them, at least. I'm gonna do it. So we've already got burn damage on that. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so that does kind of help us. It is a bit annoying, but it now means that a lot, you know, it's gone from being a 50-50 split to, you know, 75-25%. Which does help. We are still very low on actual, like, single target damage. I might just spam a few more radars. It does kind of defeat the point of playing, you know, we've gone from playing with only the new 3 to only the new 3, but also we've still got a load of ballistas at the start, and radars to pick up the slack, but I mean, it's kind of one of those games where you can't really just play with one. Not to mention the whole, you know, getting fucked with the money side. Obviously, the more towers that deal damage to a single target, the more money you get, and the more different towers you use, the cheaper they're gonna be, because they're not gonna, you know, the price isn't gonna go up as much. Yeah. What are we lowest on? I'm gonna take the armor version because I think we have better armor damage than shielded damage, so. So those should do a lot of damage at this sort of starting area. Probably going to slap a monument down over there as well. Oh yeah, that should help. So that is definitely out of the range. Yeah, so I assume that once it gets it's just like a, you know, until it dies kind of deal. Which I mean makes sense, especially because it doesn't. It does a lot of shield damage. It does alright health damage, to be fair. Are these both the same level? Not quite. That's the thing though, that still does quite a lot of damage, and it's AoE. You know, it's only what, 3 less base damage, and the multipliers on it are, well, to be fair, that's gonna have had a lot more health. You know, because there's not going to be much shield getting down here. Where do we want to put it? I'm going to put it there because it's the only +2 I can really see. So we've got a cannon down there as well, yeah. I want to finish off the scholarships, yeah. Yeah, crit chance again. Shields or haste? I will take the shields, actually. Because, I mean, it's not perfect, but at the same time. Yeah. We are also holding up fairly well, mana-wise. Just gonna pump a lot of money into that. Hopefully it'll do something. So this area here, obviously, as I said, because now we've got most of our enemies coming from here, that's a fairly long path already. So I would be perfectly fine if, you know, this next spot ends in a portal. I don't really want to keep going in case it splits again. Because obviously this is much longer, and so if we have a higher percentage coming through here, also it's already got a lot of towers, so we kind of don't want to be diverting enemies to coming through here. We just want them coming through this super long path instead. You know what, I say they do a lot. Oh, yeah, no, that is fair. No, they do quite a lot. I was gonna say, I was sort of zoomed out and I was looking at it, it's like, that's hardly chipping away at them, but now that I've zoomed in a bit, it's like, no, they are doing, you know, decent at least. I'm gonna take that. Expunge as always. Nice. Crit chance, yeah. I mean, it's a 50. Yeah. I mean, just flat armor all around. It's just probably better. So there is our first university spot at least. Yeah, stick a vampire lair up there. Okay, so I'm going to try and get that all the way up to 30%, but I'm not going to worry too hard if we have to go and focus on something else instead. I'm kind of not liking how those are getting through. So I can't remember if this, you know, procs on the start or end of a wave. I think it's the start. So we've now got 60% just for a flat +1 on something, which, you know, it's only halfway through the game, so it's already early enough where that should pay for itself, hopefully. I mean, there is just like this part of my brain that's going like, well, what else were you going to spend it on? But at the same time, more towers is, you know, that would always help anyway. I'm not entirely sure I like the graphic for the vampire lair. I don't know if it makes much sense, but it's not very clear that it's coming all the way out to here as well. You know, it kind of feels like it's more like just this area. Yeah, probably the best. Oh, what are we on? Oh, so we're on shields more. No, how do I... Oh, thank you, game. So is 8 the max? Okay, so we're not really that far in, to be honest. I was expecting that would have more maxed out, but apparently not. So that, yeah, that's going to get really nice coverage. We probably should have more. Just different times. Do I want to leave that on just first? I think it would probably be best to do that, I think. Is the mana going to hold out now? So we did get +1 armor from those two universities, which it's not really worth the, what, 3,000-4,000 that we stuck into it. At the moment, at least. But at the same time, it's not terrible. You know, in what, 1 or 2 waves. You know, I mean, if there's 20 waves left, that should give us like +8 damage across the board, which, I mean, almost doubles some of them. Yeah, it's not really going to do anything for the cannons, but, you know, for this, if it was +8 in, you know, all armor, that'd be almost double the armor damage we were dealing with some of these towers, which, I don't know, I just like universities, right? +5 crit chance for everything, or do we want to finally get, no, +5 crit chance, because we get, okay, well, thanks for not making me have to pick. So there's another 2. Oops. Okay, well, that was a misclick, but I did say I was going to get more monuments over here, didn't I? Do I want to flip them over to most shields? Yeah, probably. What's actually been doing the most damage? Total is cannon? Really? Okay. Those are actually... The monument has dealt, you know, for the cost. Probably about the same as the vampire there. Yeah, I think. So, the crit chance is just always good. Get the armor back up to being equal. Okay. I'm not gonna say no. You're on a letdown, yeah. No, I thought you were. I kinda wish it would, you know, warn you in advance, hey, you can't place that there, or it would do nothing there. So 7, 30. So we should theoretically have a 200% chance around. I think, right? God, how many years of statistics did I fucking do? You know, we've got 7 at 30%, so we should have a 210% chance of getting a bonus, but not entirely sure. See, I like the idea, but this mode always just destroys the max slow chance, so I think, I don't know why that isn't maxed out already. You know, the specific thing meant to, you know, at least of these 3, that's meant to deal shield damage, and it doesn't have shield damage maxed out already. It's kinda strange. Okay, so we are now breaking into yes, already these are doing quite a lot for us. But yeah, we're now starting to get into the ×3 chance, which at least with the vampire towers. Okay, and you're level 21, you don't count. Aren't you as well? No, you're already 12. I must have leveled out manually. Yeah. But you know, these are getting pretty high with the crit chance. The monuments, not so much. I think we must have just like missed a plus 15% chance to crit. I think we've just missed one of those on them. I don't like how close they're already getting. It's just arguably better. I guess that's the best. So shields is okay. Do I want to put that there? Why not? Let's just go equal. That should help as, you know, if anything starts coming around. You know, I said I like the vampire towers. I'm not. Maybe they just need more levels, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. You know, they seem the coolest out of the entire 3. But at the same time, the cannon is just doing a lot more consistent. That's what we're looking for. So yeah, they're now more or less on 50% each. Yeah, the cannon's just doing a lot more consistent damage. Yeah, just +1 health all over. It's good. Okay. So we've already got the first level of all of those. I don't think rage is really worth it. You know, I think maybe the +1 health is probably the best. Okay. I do now kind of regret not taking that extra range, but I mean, maybe we should be upgrading these ones a bit more. I think also probably be a good idea to start doing that. Oh shit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's so bad. No. Oh, that was so high level. Oh, and I just fucking demolished it. Oh, that actually sucks. Christ. Extra crit chance. Fuck it. Oh, it's so bad. How much did we lose on that? I'm actually so annoyed by that as well. So if you don't know that, essentially if you place a tower and demolish it, you get the full cost of the tower back, but you lose all of the levels. So if you say spent like 3 grand pumping levels into one tower and then demolish it, you lose that 3 grand. Just completely. Which, yeah, does not feel good. Neither of these are really that good, but I mean, sorcery at least does something for us. We've already got enough things dealing poison, we might as well get extra range. I think that's probably the better one. I really wish I could place a second university there, but do we want to continue the trend of just vampire towers are highest? I guess. I'm gonna try and equalize it, just for this one. You know, because the higher the tower, the more range it gets, which for something that does AoE, big range means large increase in potential damage at least. Ooh, that... I'm gonna take that. You're all at the right level, so... We are now getting quite a lot from these universities. Which, I mean, it's definitely at this point, I mean, we've got, you know, plus 15. Yeah? I mean, plus 15 is just like in general, plus 15 damage. You know, it's not quite as good considering we have the quality over quantity thing, I think it's called. It would be nicer if it was just a flat, you know, plus 12. It's 12? I don't know where the fuck that came from. Plus 15 levels. I'm gonna take the range again. And I'm gonna take that, to be honest. And I'm just gonna kinda... just so we never have to think about mana again for like 2 rounds. Yeah, we've gone from 15 to 17, which, how many universities do we have? So, 3, 5, 7, 10. So we theoretically should be getting 3 around. And also because... God, statistics. Because this isn't actually... sorry, let me just... Yeah, I think that's probably the best. Max out range, why not? I'm going to take additional damage, because I think if we start leaking, I don't think the +1 damage is really going to do anything. You know, I think we're either going to, you know, lose fully or not. I don't think we're going to have. That's also good, getting an extra split there. But yeah, I don't think 1 damage is going to change anything. But yeah, because kind of statistical bullshit, but because this is 10% 3 times rather than 30% once. Essentially, if you have smaller percentages, I guess it's the only thing that deals extra damage. So, yeah, take the extra health, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of statistical bullshit, but because they're dealing several smaller percentages, it means that the, well, so different. What's it called? God, it's like in my brain. Standard differential. The like on average, if I just come like here, if it was 30%, it would be more like that shape. Whereas because it's 10%, it's more like that shape. It's a lot harder to get significantly more or less. You know, we should be getting, yeah. Yeah, we should be getting 3, and the chance of us getting 2 or 4 should be fairly low. But if we're, you know, tunnel visioned, we want to deal the most armor damage possible, and each of these 3 were doing 30% armor. It would be a lot higher of a chance for us to do, for us to get 2 or 4, essentially. Kind of statistics shit, but it's, yeah, statistics. You know, smaller percentages just means that you're more likely to get the average. You know, several smaller percentages, I mean. Has like, as with literally all the statistics, just fucking zero actual application, you know, in the real world. But I mean, that's just most of math, let's be honest. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna start cutting down the trees now. We've got 80% chance. I'm gonna take it, but I'm not gonna like it. It's also gonna give us a lot of money. That's actually really good. I wish we would have got that a bit earlier, so I would have known that that's a thing. I'm gonna take the max health. It's not good, but oh, yeah, that's the only thing with. The only thing with Golden Forest, that's what the name is. Yeah, it's one of the big issues with it, is simply just that it, you know, you only get 3 to choose from. It's definitely worth it, just because you get so many extra. But at the same time, it feels bad having to pick all of these just arguably shit cards. That, I'm not sure if that would work. I mean, I'm gonna take that because I literally just, not really much else I can take. Yeah, once again. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna sort of... I'm just gonna put a load of points to stuff like this. Just all these ones that are back here. So you're level 20, you're level 30. Just because we've saved up so much money, I'm kind of worried about this. Do I want to slap down some radars? Fuck it. There we go. It should at least help us just with the ones that get through. God, the cannons deal actually so much damage. I don't think at this point getting the extra mines is going to pay for themselves. To be fair, it's very rare that they actually do. Yeah, just +4 in general I think is the best. And again, I'm going to take the extra health because I don't want them going too fast. That's kind of bordering on too fast. This guy spawned over here, which is nice. Always nice having the bosses spawn as far away as possible. It's not quite as far away as possible. I think this would be... yeah. You know, they've got to come a long way from here. This is also, you know, essentially 100% guaranteed to deal at least double what this says. So I'm gonna sort of... how does that work? Does this mean it can deal 6 times damage? You know, can they both apply? But like that's such an insane amount of damage as well. I mean, I think the monuments have been kind of overshadowed. I don't think they're bad necessarily. Considering the damage, like total that they've done, is the same. Sorry, the cost is the same as the radar, but they've dealt 4 times the damage almost. Is pretty substantial. And if you want to look at the cannon compared to the monument, it's dealt half the damage, but it's cost a 1/5 of what all of the cannons have. And oh shit, sorry, I was pressing the wrong button there. Yeah, I don't think it's... you know, I think we're kind of sleeping on it a bit. But at the same time, I think part of the issue with that, because it sticks with it for so long, like, okay, yeah, these guys are targeting most shield. Max out that, I guess. That's literally going to do nothing for us. So, final round. Where did he oh, thank God. Spawned over here. Should be alright. Would have preferred that one, but realistically the difference is fairly, you know, not noticeable. Yeah, but essentially when when these guys when they target him, it goes from most shield to now it's doing armor damage. Whereas this one, it's only ever going to be targeting armor damage unless there is literally nothing else for it to do. Whereas these might be focused on shields, but they will end up doing only, you know, they're going to end up damaging every type, if that makes sense. You know, because now if we go to, oh, okay, they did actually take one down. But like, yeah, it would have been doing armor and then health damage. Did they rebalance this mode? This used to be really hard, and I'm not sure if we just got lucky. I mean, the plus, what, 47, 49 damage, I think. Definitely helps. I'm just gonna, like, just fucking all into that one. Yeah, fuck it, endless mode. I don't know what that does. I don't know if it's just gonna keep sending shit at us. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get these to focus on one thing. You know, because I assume at least that these are balanced around dealing damage to every single health type. Wait, is Endless gonna be... I assume... is it gonna give us extra cards? At the end of each wave? Does it even have waves? How high can we get this thing to go? Why did I pump it all into health damage? But yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but they are doing, you know, considerable. Or are they? The fuck happened? We put down... what? Oh, okay, shit, no, we do actually get extra. Okay. Oh, we are actually gonna have to pick one, aren't we? We could just leave this open, but it would mean that we get no more bonuses. I just want to keep pumping it into this one. Yeah, I'm not really sure because that was doing... was it? Or are the radars just now dealing more damage? I'm not sure. I remember the ratio being, you know, 7 or 8 to 2%. I just don't remember. Let's just go by level. Yeah, it is doing still considerably more, but, you know, compared to the other ones, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe, as I say, I'm just kind of doing it wrong. Maybe these are just put down too late, you know, in terms of how far in they are. Oh, is it forcing? I think it is. I think the achievements I'm getting in the bottom are because it's forcing extra things on me. Maybe. I think it's like picking. Because I'm fairly sure that I didn't make it go over 100% shield. I don't know, I'll keep an eye on this. If it starts forcing us to take gold down, that's going to be an issue. I also completely missed that tree. I'm just going to wait a couple waves until... Now we can take the gamble. Well, yeah, obviously it's going to give us one. Saw blades. I mean, getting it to go all the way down here is quite a long way. I'm just gonna see what we get at the end of this wave. Just see how it's how it goes. Yeah. I completely forget what I was going to do, to be honest. That they are genuinely doing so much damage, it's almost starting to lag. Wait, it's not almost, it literally is starting to lag. Which is obviously a sign that they're doing good, so put more of them down. Holy shit, look at the range. You see, that's what I mean about this graphic being kinda misleading. The range is insane compared to what you think it is. But you know, I thought it was doing like this area. I thought it might just catch that path, but it's doing considerably extra. Especially, I mean, you know, because it's an area, +3 range is like, you know, the +3 from out here is a lot more than the +3 from out here, area-wise, and considering that this tower basically scales off of how much area it covers, I think it is... I don't want to keep picking shit. I'm gonna take the shredder. I'm just gonna kind of just put a few down. Could these slots be taken by something more useful? Obviously, but does it matter? Shit, okay, something actually did get through. I did not see what it was or it came from. If I had to guess, it's gonna be from here. Just because so little is actually getting through down here. It's kind of amazing, to be honest. I think it's just because stacking so many vampire towers, especially with how high of a level we forced them to, you know, everything just gets, especially because like all of these are covering so much area, and a lot of these ones here are covering both of these entrances. This is covering all three, and so like from the second they're spawning in, everything is just taking damage. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's how it's working, but you know, it just feels like yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like everything down here is just getting absolutely fucked. But up here, not so much. Which I guess is maybe just assign more vampire layers. I think it's because, you know, this path is long enough for, you know, the actual game, but I think endless part, you might want a much longer path. Because it is just sort of consistently leaking shit. So I'm just gonna put that there. Because, like, look at how damaged everything going from here is. And the amount of things actually making it to this point here is probably equal to, you know, what's coming from here, despite having, what, 5 times the enemies? So I kind of want... No, because... fuck it, poison damage, just get it out of the way. Yeah, plus 2 damage to health, I should have seen that earlier. I swear those are going up. So 250 health. And also the issue with stuff like this is that, you know, this turns into a green one, which then turns into a yellow one, but they all deal the same damage. So I do think that actually maxing out our mines, just for the small extra chance to repair, might actually be worth it. This far into the game, at least. Because we, like, it's just a fact, we are going to take damage. What range does that have? Nothing spectacular. Yeah, see, it is going up by itself, okay. That's alright. As long as I know it's doing that. But I mean, we're on 3 times health, which it doesn't feel like it, you know? Because there have been like a lot of times where it's been, you know, 100% extra. Wait, no, we're on 4 times health, sorry. And there have been times where it's, you know, double health, and it's been like this 10 waves earlier. And I'm not entirely sure, I didn't read the patch notes. I just saw, oh, there's an update, what is it? And like the first thing I see is, oh, new towers. And I just stopped reading there. But I don't know if this mode has been rebalanced at all, because it kind of feels like we are now actually starting to get things coming from over here. It is also now. They lose gold drop every round. That really hurts. So does having to pick one of these. We'll take heavy shafts. Not that it's really going to do much for us. It's just better than the other options. Like, oh, just look at how much health shit in this area just gets chunked down by. Just every single time. Yeah, we're fucked. But this is gonna kill us. No, sorry, this one. See? Called it. So the shredder's pointless. As pointless as the raid? No. Yeah, they were better than the raid, I was gonna say. Just because, especially like so late, the shredders have such a long path to go on. But it's very generic damage. It's not as focused on the front line as the radars are, which is why I prefer radars. But overall, Vampire Lairs did considerably more than the cannon. It did 3 times the damage while only needing 50% extra gold. This did 1/3 of the damage, but with 1/4 of the gold. So, I mean, like damage over time too. That's quite a lot. You know, 1 million and then 7 million. That's a fucking lot. What does gold lost mean? Actually, no, I don't want to say it. I was going to say that's not very much, but at the same time, if we didn't have banditry, getting the other things set up, I'm surprised that house protection did so well. I think 50,000. No. Because we spent like 500,000. Did we? No. We spent like 250,000. So gold lost? Does it mean like from this? I think that must be what it means, right? Where it's gold lost due to the forced card thing. But either way, we did also obviously not have that wouldn't have really done much for us. But yeah, I mean, it's quite, I don't know, what do I say? I mean, it's a tower defense game, and they added more towers. Like, you know, what else can you really say? Obviously, it's gonna be a good update, as long as they aren't broken. And I mean, they don't seem terrible. Is there? No. Okay, I didn't know if there was going to be patch notes in-game. But I will read the proper patch notes, because I think they might have rebalanced this slightly. Because, you know, before I was struggling to get to, you know, I got 10 more rounds on this than I would normally just like in general. But at the same time, I don't know if maybe the new towers are just like good. If that makes sense. You know, I don't know if playing with a more limited amount has sort of forced me to just play better. I'm not really sure. You know, it's a tower defense game that's like kind of idle. You know, I'm not here like treating it like an esport or anything. I'm not, you know, try-harding this game or anything. And so it very well could just be that I played better because I was being forced to. But yeah, no, it's a good update, just in general, so I can't really complain.